Hey everyone, I was just gonna upload this to YouTube. This is just a VOD, I guess, from my Twitch channel. I streamed me just doing some VOD reviews and thought this game was a little interesting, so I decided to cut it and upload it to my YouTube channel. It's just a bronze one game on Oregon. A couple things to go over. If you want to tune in, it's twitch.tv/Lord Grinder. Also, I have my Discord where I announced that I'm going to be streaming. I'll link both of those in the description if you're interested in that. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Yeah, let's see. So I'll probably cut this, put it on YouTube, not 100%. But anyway, so this game, the first one, it's an Oregon game, bronze one. What went wrong? Not being able to adapt to the site defense, putting a lot of util on master side, but I don't really know how to work around that, or being unable to adapt in general to just wrench moments. Um, Dealing with util clear, defender clear is a big one. Also positioning and responding to attackers when we're on defense and when to rotate or hold, where to and what to be aware of. Okay, perfect. Let's watch. If you guys need it like louder or quieter, let me know. I won't be able to hear the stream on my end, but I can obviously hear everything else. So if it's too quiet, let me know. If it's too loud, let me know. If it looks weird, let me know. I can see it, I just can't hear it. I have it on a separate screen, the chat and everything else. Okay, and then you said you're solo or duo queue? You're in a duo queue. Beans, please, and Dr. Zombots. Okay, perfect.
Activating jammer.
Okay, 60 FOV, I'm rocking with it. PC lobbies too. You know, it's crazy the difference between like a PC lobby and a console lobby. Like in some of the ranks, like I'll play like
Jammer ready to activate.
console like diamond champ lobbies, and you know it's whatever it is, you know, diamond console, whatever. But on PC, like Emerald and Plat lobbies are like the players in those games are good.
Op 4 has yet to locate a bomb.
Like, holy sense, that's true. This sensitivity is pretty high. You got your mute set up. It looks like I wasn't really paying too much attention, but it seemed like you kind of knew where you wanted everything to go. Still prepping in the action phase though. Okay. I'm guessing, yeah, so you're playing an armory. You know, I don't hate this setup. I think it's a great setup. I just think it's... I don't know if mute is, like, the best option for it. I like playing mute in the closet. It's pretty strong in the closet, I think. You can just sit there with your mute jammers all around it. But, no, I don't hate this. I understand where you're coming from, what you're trying to do. Alright, long enough with shotgun. Okay. Okay. Okay, we got a lot to talk about. I'm just gonna let the rest of this play out. I'm not really sure how long till you die, but I got a couple things I can definitely comment on. Your sensitivity for one is really high. Very high sensitivity. Okay. I'm gonna pause it really quick and we'll back up just a second. So you said you're in a duo, so I'll try to keep that in mind, although I'll try mostly to comment on just what you're doing. So obviously you're trying to do an extension into Armory on top of Oregon. Really good. I think that's a super smart thing to do. I think a lot of players don't quite know how to deal with it yet, especially because it doesn't happen to them very much. So I understand what you're trying to do. Like, it's a great idea. I think the problem though is that by yourself, it's really hard to do, especially with like a mute, for example. I think if you're ever going to do it by yourself, you either need like a DMR, like a Rooney or Goyo, or like a Sentry, or you need to play Castle and Castle off your window. Because look at pretty much the entire round sitting in here, you're stuck in this corner right here, right? Like you can't move because there's a guy sitting on the window, and you have to just basically sit right here, right? That gives leeway for someone to walk up main stairs, and it's hard to challenge with your shotgun, which I could tell you wanted to do, but you can't walk away from this little crate. You know, you're stuck here, because there's someone sitting on the window. I think if you're going to play mute, like if you're going to do this on your own, one person, what I prefer, and this is like what we do in my stack, is, let's see if I can get a good view of it. Right. Well, I can't really. So I'll try to draw on screen. You know, I should have pulled up like the Oregon. I wonder if I could do that. No, I won't. But playing mute in the closet, right? So you can put a mute jammer. It's kind of hard to see. Mute jammer in front of the door to the left, a mute jammer in the closet, and then one on the master door into trophy, and just sit in the closet with a shotgun, right? When you're solo, it's a lot easier to do it that way, just because you're by yourself. You know, right here you have a bunch of ways to watch. Like, say someone walks in the master door and there's someone on main stairs, and then you're stuck in this corner, right? Like, you're a free pre-fire. You can't move anywhere because the guy on the window and the guy on the stairs are going to lock you down, especially the window. Really, it's the window that's going to make this super hard. Yeah, exactly. Left of the barricade and master. That's honestly, like, I have one of my friends I stack with. That's what he does every time we play this map. I'll sit in trophy with a Rooney to kind of bait pressure, make him think that no one's playing in the closet or anything. And honestly, every single game we play, we just put a mute in that closet and just, you get a kill every time. And it isn't not going to work, you know, every round in one game, but you know, if it's round one on defense and you're defending top floor, that's going to be a free kill. And usually it's, for some reason, a thermite who just loves to sprint in by themselves every time. But yeah, it's really strong, really good. And then having the second person play an armory is what also makes it really strong, because of the split pressure from one guy in closet and then one guy here. I think you're better off. I think your chances of success are going to be better inside a closet and master bed than over here in this side in armory, in my opinion. I think you're just going to have more success in bedroom, personally. So that's other than that, I think also your sensitivity is really high. I don't play with a keyboard and mouse. For those who don't know, I play with a controller. So I mean, I can't comment too heavily on your sensitivity, although it does seem very, very high. But maybe that's, I mean, if you prefer that, if you like that, then I'm, you know, more power to you. Thank you for following, guys. I appreciate it. I can see 3 people follow. I gotta like click through it on. I have it on my phone actually. I don't have it. I don't have it on another monitor or on the same computer. This is just mostly it's a test stream to see what I can do as well, but I figure I'd turn it into something cool like this. Okay. So, and also, I mean, your entire team kind of got fried. Like, you're in a 2v5. Kind of a tough situation. Anyways, so back to the gameplay though. Second round. Warden this time. Where are the bans? Hold on, I didn't look. Ace Mav, Mirror Mute. So they banned your mute anyway. So there. Yeah, I've seen that. It's Go Post and Armory. Kind of hold it until you have to go for that. I've seen that. It's pretty strong. Again, it's just, the thing is with the Armory player, it's, I think they're the strongest when it's someone who just has a long range gun. Go Post can be good, you know, but it's kind of one of those positions where you're probably going to die in it, but it's so hard to get you out without having to get so close to you. Like, someone's got to come all the way up main stairs, or someone has to come all the way to the window or all the way in the bedroom. Like, they have to get really far into the map before they can kill you. So it's a spot that you're probably, I probably shouldn't pause on that frame, but it's a spot that you'll probably end up dying in. And so you could just play like a TCSG Goyo there, you know, or I don't know, a Rooney, you know, a Sentry, something like that. But I mean, if Scopos works for you, that works for you. It just, I think players who, I mean, they're just going to frag you, I think, in the corner or stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Anyways, Warden, SMG-12, of course. Good job breaking that, I think. Yeah, breaking them. Yep, perfect. Love to see that. So you're playing Attic this time.
Reloading!
Glass off the window. Okay. Yeah, for those who don't know, it's good to break glass off windows. Oregon top floor has got like a bunch of windows that you should be shooting as soon as the round starts. It's good to just break the glass off so you can actually hear
Lance enabled!
when people rappel on them. Otherwise, they're going to come repel. and just shoot you and you won't even hear it. Okay.
I'm watching you.
All right. I think, yeah, I mean, really nothing terrible going on here. I think you're playing this kind of just fine. I think a couple things. I think a lot, you know. That's what I do. I think a lot.
I'm reloading.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys kind of turned the bag. All I would say is that, like, I mean, you only did it like a couple times. Is if you're playing this spot right here, like just like this. So you're playing attic, of course, and you're kind of just holding the drop. If you have a shotgun, right? Obviously, you're playing for your shotgun right here. You don't got to peek anything aggressive. I mean, I know you're in a 2v4 and the round's probably pretty much good, but it's really strong to just literally like hug this wall and wait till they get super close. You know what I mean? Like then swing them with a shotgun as opposed to this. Like say you swing right here. I'm gonna put a play right here. Right? I kind of missed the pause, but you swing the shotgun. Say there's like a snake or a Dokkaebi. Yeah, like if they're back there behind the pallets by the blue box, you might get a pump off on them, but you're definitely not going to kill them, especially in a hip fire. Whereas, I mean, in F2, like I don't know who the other one is. I think it might have been a snake, but I'm not 100% sure. But I mean, any gun like the Dokkaebi gun, that's going to take 2 bullets to kill you in the body, 2 or 3 bullets, and then a one shot headshot. Like you're cooked, right? And you're definitely not going to kill them. So of course, again, like you're in a 2v4, so it's not a huge deal. But if it's a 5v5 situation or you're not in a man advantage, you don't want to just die in a way like that. Hold it close, play with your shotgun, wait for them to come to you, especially in attic, which is such a key part of the site. You definitely don't want to just be swinging anything crazy with your shotgun, but you're in a 2v4, so I imagine that might be why you did it.
I'm reloading.
This FOV is crazy. Do you play on this like for a reason or like?
Op 4, last stop
I don't
standing.
understand. Like maybe not like of course some people don't like 90 FOV, but this is like 60. No, like I mean you could like go to 80, 85. Never changed it. All right. Yeah, I've always. It feels so like claustrophobic watching. Like it just feels so zoomed in, watching 60 FOV. I think your teammate who's alive is not.
Staying clear.
Okay, so check this out. I'm gonna try to point some out to you right here. So it's 2v1 situation. You have a man advantage, right? And on defense, that's huge because it's basically a 3v1 because he's also working against the clock. So right now, you're playing with your shotgun. You're playing both in games right now. I'm gonna see if I can get the Aruni in frame. So you're Aruni right now, and you looked over to see where they are at. They're playing in attic, right? This Dokkaebi is going to walk through one doorway, whether it be top white, whether it be, trophy, which is where they're at right now. They're going to walk through one doorway. You both, one or the other, whoever has the better, more advantageous shot or swing or gunfight needs to be the person playing off of the first guy, if that makes sense, right? So these are 2 good spots to be playing. I think you're in the right spot. I think Aruni's in the right spot because if the Dokkaebi walks in, they have to either look left or right, and of course they can't do both. The problem is that look exactly how you're playing. Oh, I just missed it. Right here. So the Dokkaebi, say this Dokkaebi walks all the way up from Armory Hall into Trophy, hugs that wall, and then shoots you right here. Maybe they have a drone on you. Maybe she hears you turning around and moving. Like whatever reason, maybe she just knows you're here. She can stand exactly where you're looking, and the Aruni can't see her, right? And you're going to die. You need to put yourself in a position where if the Dokkaebi is going to shoot you, she must also be exposed to your Aruni or vice versa. If, say, your Aruni is playing, way closer in that attic doorway, I can't really say your Aruni is standing like right here in this doorway, like her body's in it, just looking down into Trophy. Playing much closer is a lot better because if they die, you need to be able to swing and refrag right away, right? So if it was your teammate, you could definitely coordinate it. Like for me personally, I would, tell my teammate, hey, I need like stand in attic, like back right here by the door. And I'm gonna hide behind this brick wall. The Dokkaebi is gonna need to stand here before anybody gets in a gunfight with her, so that no matter what, she's either gonna be looking at you or she's gonna be looking at the guy in attic. Obviously, you're not in a 2v1 with your teammate, so you can't calm that unless you do it in like game chat or whatever. But just looking at where they're playing and trying to, react to that. Like he's playing a very passive angle, waiting for the Dokkaebi to come very far in. Whereas you should also be playing that passive angle, otherwise you might just get swung and destroyed, So exactly like this, behind that wall is a great one. There you go. Round one. Perfect.
Mission successful.
And it doesn't matter anyways, you guys win. But you see how passive your Aruni is playing? That's kind of how you want to be. Just very, very passive in those 2v1s. Or just man advantages in general. Passive and crossfires. Those are your best friends. All right, going for crazy hard breach ban. Thermite's still on the board, but it's fine. Surprised no Dokkaebi ban. Dokkaebi is just... Dokkaebi does not see the light of day when I play this game. Onto Aruni. Okay. You guys are going basement. Aruni. Snake ban. Warden. Doc couldn't be banned at this point. Got you.
Secure the area. Keep the bombs protected.
Yeah, this sensitivity is wicked, man. I can't believe you played it. That's just wild. I know people like it, but
Op
man,
4
you're
has
just
located a bomb. Plan your defense.
even a little micro adjustments. I feel like you're barely this is bronze, I believe. Let me double check.
Down to 10 seconds.
Yeah, this is bronze 1. Person we're spectating is bronze 1, although I think everyone else in this lobby is in silver, so probably just the silver lobby.
Op 4 has located a bomb.
Any advice for air sickness? I'm good with planes and boats are easy, but choppers, I can promise a safe ride. From there, it's just constitution.
It's an interesting shield. I actually don't think I've ever seen that before. Usually it's first to elbow, but you know what? If it works, it works. I guess I can't hate that. I think if there's some more straight to the Aruni gate. Yeah, straight into the Aruni gate. It's okay. You know what? There goes the shield. Who's your duo playing? I guess I should figure that out. I'm gonna back up a little bit. Your duo's playing when it comes. Thorn. Okay.
5 seconds
Oh,
left.
Ella. Duo's on Ella.
Op
Cody
4 has
Patterson.
located a
Yeah,
bomb.
it's Thorn, I think, right? It's a Dr. Zombot. Yeah, Thorn this time. Okay, okay. Yeah, so
I can promise a safe ride.
I didn't actually check what you and your duo were playing the first 2 rounds, although I probably should have. I mean, look at what you guys got right now. Thunderbird, not bad against the Doge. Yeah, I mean, it's a whatever. It's an alright composition. I don't hate it too much. I'm gonna just fast forward a little bit. Maybe it went too far. Okay, your team is getting destroyed. Airboat's not reinforced right now. Okay. Yeah, there's really nothing too much going on. Holy moly. Okay. Scrap that. You should. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you just didn't hear this guy, but I'll try to pause it as soon as it happens. So you peek this guy out here and you shoot him. It happens right here. Someone just dropped the hatch. I don't know if you heard that, but I'll try to turn it up. Yeah, they just dropped the hatch, and they're getting in a gunfight with your Thunderbird now. I think right now you should be swinging this right side of this pillar. Like, just peek right, shoot it, because the Thunderbird is fighting, I presume, the Hibana. I mean, that's what it sounds like. It sounded like the Hibana dropped. I mean, she opened the hatch, and I could hear her gun shooting. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and comment on, like, audio listening abilities, but yeah, the Hibana dropped. You probably should have peeked right and shot her. I mean, I guess. A lot of the DMR is funny. I mean, good thing anyways.
Loading new mag.
Okay, another one just dropped. Yeah, I think you heard that one. No, maybe. This is Twitch.
1 op 4 remaining.
Dead. You hear the audio cue for the last one.
I'm reloading.
Is that wall open? It is. Very open. Yeah, the sensitivity, man, is wicked. I can't believe you play on this sensitivity. This is just so high. Not a bad spot to hold. I think you could get even closer to this wall next to you, but... Okay,
Op
perfect.
4 eliminated.
Yeah, I think...
Mission successful.
Let me see where this storm is at. Where they're ringing. Yeah, I think... I mean, it is what it is. You guys won the round. I think this is kind of another one of those situations where... You didn't... Honestly, it wasn't even that bad. I think you played it alright. Although, I don't know if it was intentional. Again, it's another 2v1 where you know where the last guy's walking through at.
Op 4
I think your
eliminated.
Renews playing really aggressive, but your Renews kind of on stare this round, so I don't think they cared that much. Like, they killed like 3 people. They want their more. They want their 4K, their 5K, whatever. Yeah, I mean, just, you know, being mindful of, is your teammate aggressive? If they're aggressive, you need to be aggressive with them. But if they're being passive, you need to be passive with them. And obviously they were being aggressive, so you were kind of up in the freezer. You know, you just got to be careful of those things. But I think you did all right there. Mirror ban first round. You know what? What me and my stack have been doing is first round, mute ban. We ban mute. And it'll either go one of two ways. They either go basement and we just deal with the mirror like pretty easily, or they'll go top floor and now they have no mute and it's just super easy to attack top floor. Especially if they don't ban Dokubi. Like, people just go ace like all the time still. So you could just abuse the Dokubi top floor, open the wall with Therm. It's pretty easy. No mute. Okay. The way you walk, the way you understand me. Do, do, do,
Drone to locate a bomb.
do, do, do. Okay. Okay. I'm on it. Okay. Straight to the pest. Yeah, it happens. You know, those things don't pop up for a while. Can't really hate on that. Whew.
10 seconds to insertion. Insertion in 5 seconds.
You guys have no hard breach. I mean, I know you're on Mav, but
You must locate and
that's
defuse
that.
the
That's not
bomb.
hard breach. Mav with a DMR. That's interesting. I mean, at least you got frag.
no longer in your
That
possession.
is.
Watch for the blast!
What is that?
Watch for the blast!
That is. I wish you didn't
Is
skip
no
the kill
longer
cam.
in
That is quite the death. That's one of those deaths where you're like, how I die when I'm like 0-7 already. Interesting. I mean, honestly, all I can really say about this is just, I guess, just being more mindful about like droning. I mean, of course, you lost your drone in the prep phase. That's unlucky. I think. Let me. I wish I could put. I wish I could open the game so I could show you. But what I tend to do in my prep phase when I'm attacking, for those who don't know, I play a lot of hard support. Like I play Therm, Ace, Hibana on attack a lot. Like my most played ops probably. You can jump your drone onto this van and then onto this balcony and then of course onto the balcony up there, and just leave it there. I don't ever really drive it into the building, um, because I know they're going to be top floor. I'll figure out what's going on with their defense later. And as a support player, like I need to keep my drone, right? Like if I'm playing Thermite, especially in a stack, like I need my drones. I need both of them so I can give callouts as the round progresses. So I like to just leave it out here. There's there's nothing wrong, with driving it up armory, but you risk losing it, whether it be how you did or just someone shooting it, right? Like people just drive their drones into the front door, up the staircase, like all the time. I don't know why these keep popping back up, but it happens. Oh, I wonder if I could. Those things got like, oh, look at that. This is crazy. Could just put a big hexagon on the screen, I guess. Or whatever this is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Octagon. Put a big octagon. Anyways. Yeah, I think as a support player, if you're going to play support, it's just important to keep your drones alive. Keep them outside, in the prep phase. It's not worth losing your drone. If you're like, this is better for like more people in your stack, but if you got someone playing like an entry frag, or like a Dokkaebi or a Snake, have them drive their drone. And if you want to figure out what ops they have them throw their drone in the prep phase. I mean, a Snake is never really going to be droning that much. Dokkaebi can hack their cams, and she's not usually droning, I find. Same with like an Ash. They're just not people who drone that much. Whereas like you on Maverick, or if you're playing Thermite, Hibana, Ace, something like that, you are going to be droning a lot. So it's important that you keep your drones. I like to just drive it onto this fan, up onto the balcony, leave it there. And then before I even jump on this, I pull the drone out and check what's going on. I think this is kind of unlucky. I mean,
User
like
is no longer in your possession.
the second you get up here and start looking like she throws it, that is kind of just unlucky timing. But the point still stands with trying to keep your drones up. I'm gonna just skip through this round. You're dead already, so I think there's too much to cover. You guys win the round? Yeah, you did. Okay, team clutched it up. Back on Mav again. Oh, there goes that.
Drone to locate a bomb.
Okay. There you go, man. Perfect. Took my advice already. Love it. Yeah, Mozzie's back. Oh man, I think that was Mozzie. Yeah, this is about exactly what I do when I attack this site. Is I just sit here with my drone and ping the Aruni gate or just hold the scan and just kind of see what ops they got and leave my drone here so that I know. Yeah, like that's so funny.
Insertion in
Yeah,
10
perfect.
seconds.
I do this pretty much every time just to eliminate any risk. I never go up the main stairs, so I never drive my drone that way. Never leave it in a position where I would drive it that way.
A bomb must be located and defused.
Basically, I do exactly what you just did. Oh. She got spawn killed. Crazy.
Clear!
I think, let me back up a little bit. This is, I mean, okay, so,
Get clear!
right, let me figure out how I want to phrase this. So right here, and it's your duo as well dies, right? So they got spawn killed from backwards. From inside of garage, right? You could see that. I mean, bigger Rooney punch hole right here. Rooney's the one that killed her. Obviously, like, it's not ideal, and you can't do this with every single spawn peak, but I think in this kind of situation, you know, good keep looking at the spawn peak, but I think what you should have done right away is go to the front door and blast it open. Like, you have a DMR, it's going to take 3 or 4 shots. Just shoot that front door open right away and give yourself an angle to cut off garage, right? Spawn kills in garage are pretty strong. They're not strong, but if you get a spawn kill in garage, it's difficult to get out. That's what I meant. It's difficult to get out of there because there's only one door, right? Like, had you shot this front door open, if the Aruni might have been running away, you could have got a free kill, or if she's still in there, you can cut her off, and now she's stuck in that garage because you're holding off her escape route, basically, unless she, like, punches the wall to go downstairs or something, but, I mean, you can still see in the staircase, so who knows, but I think that, personally, that's what I would have done, just come to the front door and start shooting it open. That way the Aruni doesn't have an escape route. Your gridlock kind of died, and then I think someone next to you maybe shot, like, in the garage, but there was really not too much follow-up there. I mean, the Aruni just got a free kill and got away with it. But anyways, running. Perfect. All right. There's a pulse below. You can hear the pulse below. I mean, I heard him put his cardiac sensor away. So he knows you're here. I don't know if you know there's a pulse below though. You better get C forward. There's got to be a pulse.
You won't hear a thing.
I'm like scared for you. I swear there's a pulse below. There's no way I was just here. Yeah, there is. I just put him. There's definitely a pulse down there. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't really know much to say about that, man. Just
One friendly
I
operator
think that's just an
remaining.
audio thing. You just got to be able to hear stuff like that, I suppose. I think maybe what could have helped with shooting open that front door to pressure a pulse plane below. Like, when that front door is open, it's kind of scary. I think you're tabbed out here, but I'll skip to the next round if there is one. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can hear a scanner from pretty far, actually. You can hear it. I wonder, I'll try to go back to when I heard it. Try to just play for you when I heard it. Hopefully it doesn't do that. I don't want to freaking good drums. Yeah, you just heard it right there. I'll try to. As soon as it happens, I'll say it. Right there. You can. I just heard him, like. I don't even know how to explain it. Right there. He just did it. It just sounds like putting a scanner away. I don't really know how to describe the noise, but that's what it is. Yeah, you can hear it. You can't always hear it through the floor. Like, it depends on the map for sure. But I think, especially on this map, you can usually hear it through the floor pretty easily, I think. But yeah, listening for stuff like that, I think that combined with like the hatch drop from a few rounds ago. I mean, I don't know if you got to turn your headphones up. Personally, if your ears aren't hurting when playing Siege, then you're probably not playing right. That's what I say. Your ears should be bleeding when the round is over. Just saying. Also, I think, I mean, I try not to comment on op choice too much because you can really do anything with anyone, but I mean, why not play like Thermite? You know what I mean? Thermite's on the board. You know, Mav is cool, but like that games wall, like you need to open it up entirely. You know, I think it's better to just have it walkable, like a whole hole in the wall. You know, like Thermite says, big hole in the wall. Just play Therm, you know, open the wall up. And it allows you to just have better angles into sight. You know, you're not playing Mav holes. Someone could just play like right on top white. And if it's a vault hole or a small crouch hole, it's hard to get through. They could shoot you, you know, stuff like that. I don't know. I prefer Thermite personally. That's just me. Let's fast forward to the actual round. Okay. That's loud. Okay.
Be advised your drone has located a bomb.
Okay. On my day. All right, they have Cade. Thatcher pick right away. Great choice. I was about to comment on that. I still think Thermite's better here. Personally, you can open the hatch and still get the walls. And I'm not sure what people got against Thermite. He's a great op. It looks like your plan is to get the hatch, though. It's good.
Make your way to its
Oh,
location.
you're on this side of the map. Oh, who knows? Hibana DMR with a pistol. DMR with a pistol. That's... And Claymores. DMR, pistol, and Claymores. That is an interesting choice, I have to admit. I feel like that may just be because you never play Hibana, and this is just your loadout default, but who knows? I think that is just quite the interesting loadout. I think I pretty much do the exact opposite of all three of those. Okay, so Junior Duo, you guys are droning it out. Perfect. Thatcher just got blasted.
You must recover the diffuser.
Oh. I wish you would have shown that kill cam. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say unlucky. Man, I wish it was off the volume. I don't want to say unlucky. I think there's definitely things you guys could have done better here. I think, so I'm going to go ahead and assume your guys' plan is to open the hatch, right? Like that's, I mean, Thatcher, as soon as you saw the kid, you got a Thatcher, you're on Hibana. Like, I'm pretty sure the idea was to get hatched. So with two people, it's pretty, I don't want to say difficult, but there is a lot of map you need to clear. You need to make sure all of Big Tower is clear. You need to make sure the kitchen hall and meeting and split and all that area is clear. And there's still so many places to watch, especially with only a Thatcher and Hibana. Like there's no flank watch there. It's a lot to do. I don't hate the idea. It's smart. It's just going to be difficult. But with that being said, the ways to move around that difficulty. So I talk about it all the time, but having a plan, right? You should have a plan for what you want to do. And I'm not saying you don't have a plan here, but I think there's definitely better plans. So your drone at the very beginning of the round, I think it was smart. You leave it in tower, and you can utilize this later in the round because this is where you're going to be attacking from. I think, hello, Psycho Cell 2005, hello. I think you should have utilized this drone first. You threw a second drone, started droning with that, but you didn't clear all of tower. You don't know if it's clear, right? It might have been clear in the drone phase right now, but between when you got off this drone and all the way when you ran over to tower from the junkyard side, you don't know if it's clear, right? At any moment in time there, someone could have ran up. What I like to do, and this works, I mean, I don't want to say you need at least two people, but you need like at least two people. There is a spot, and it's pretty common, I would say. I think a lot of people know about it. But let's see if I can point out here in the map again. Okay, you don't look at it, but pretty much right behind where this drone is at is the default cam. Right under the default cam, there's some boxes you can throw your drone on, and right where your drone spawns here, it's perfect because you can throw your drone onto where that spot is at and just sit on it. You just sit on it. Literally spawn construction site, sit on that drone, wait till your Thatcher comes in, and have your Thatcher go from top tower, like maybe not the very top, but the second floor, and just repel in there. And what that's going to do, and you just sit on the drone until your Thatcher is in the building. And what that's going to do is you've effectively eliminated having to drone up there, right? Because if you sit on this during the entire prep phase and all the way up until your Thatcher gets there, you know nobody on the enemy team is up there because they haven't ran up there. You haven't seen it. If you see someone run up there, then it's a different story, and that's roam clearing and all that. But most of the time, no one goes up there, and now you've cleared it, right? And that's kind of, I think, the better strategy. That's your plan. Spawn construction side, put your pre-placed cut drone, and have your teammate go up there while you hold the drone. Even in the action phase, just sit on your drone for the first 20 seconds until your teammate gets there, and then you come up. Then you can start opening the barricades. Then you can start droning. Then you push yourself in. I think that would probably have eliminated this. That's what I do every single time I attack for the hatch. If I'm going for the hatch, I do that every single time. If I'm attacking top floor, I do it every single time. if I'm going attic, you know. Um, Things like that are going to help you improve a lot if you just put your drone in that spot, utilize it, get good with knowing how to utilize it, and especially when you're using your duo, utilize each other. You know what I mean? It's great he switched to Thatcher, but I mean, you guys died, so it didn't really, amount to anything. Personally, I'd have just left my drone right under that default cam and sat on it, right? Sit there until my Thatcher gets in the map. You have, let's see, you got off the drone
You found a bomb. Make
as
your
soon as the round starts, and it took you guys about 20-25 seconds until you were all the way back over here. Your drone was in the building at 2:33, right? That gives that Cade almost 30 seconds to have ran up there with nobody knowing. Say you have that cutoff drone, right? You watch the Cade go up there. You guys can then, however you want to do it, plan to take him out, right? Cut him off, throw a flashball. You're not using flashbangs, but and in whatever fashion you want to roam clear him, right? Or rush sight. You could see there's only probably at most 3 people in sight: Mozzie, Smoke, Pulse, stuff like that, right? But I think just having that pre-placed drone would probably have benefited you a lot. I think.
you must recover the diffuser.
Yeah, that's a crazy one tap as well. But yeah, I think just all that to say, having that pre-placed drone probably would have helped you out. Spawning construction site probably helped you. I'm assuming your team was this round because the VOD's almost over.
Left.
You guys this round, right?
Op 4 last operator standing. 1 friend. 5 seconds.
Yeah, okay.
Op 4.
So game's over. What if you can hear my AC? I'm gonna turn the AC off. Okay, sorry. Anyways, so I think like biggest takeaways I would say from the game is, and this could all be speculation. This is only one match, right? I've only seen one game, so a lot of this is just going to be guessing based on what I've seen before. But you play a very passive play style, especially on defense, and I feel like a lot of the time when people play passive on defense, it's because they just don't know what to do, if that makes sense. And on defense, I mean, most of the time, you're just waiting anyways. Like, you literally are just waiting for the attackers to, they have to come into the map, get control, open walls, plant the diffuser. And that entire time, like, they have to be the aggressive ones. I'm not saying be more aggressive on defense, but to me, it kind of seems like you are passive on defense because you don't know how to be active on defense. And on some sites, some maps, that's okay. But like on Oregon, this is a really defender-sided map. So if you add that extra pressure of being really aggressive on defense, like that very first round when you were playing Mutant Armory, that was aggressive. You're extending your map control, you're playing in a power position, and you're being aggressive, right? But after that, like on defense, like a lot of the time you're just, sitting in attic. And granted, your team's kind of killing everybody, so it's not like you were doing too much, or had the opportunity to do too much. But just being more aggressive, I think, on defense, not necessarily like swinging everything, but holding those power positions, making the attackers work for something. In the first round, I think you had the right idea, although it could have been executed better. I think you had the right idea. And then on attack, I think same story, is just knowing how you want to attack, right? The first round with the Maverick, you drove your drone up main stairs, right? Like, it gets, I don't want to say repetitive, but there's a lot of things in this game that you want to minimize. Oh shoot. You want to minimize not risk per se, but just randomness. If you drive your drone up main stairs 100 times, I'd say, maybe 20 to 30 games or 20 to 30 times you do it, you're going to get your drone shot. Whereas if you just drive it up the second time you did it, you drive it up to the balcony, it's probably going to get shot, once every, 100 games from someone randomly shooting the barricade, right? You got to minimize the chance of that stuff happening. I also think play Thermite. Like, Mav's cool, but Thermite's really good as well. Utilize your duo. I don't think this was an awful match. I would say I'd have to analyze more games to really give like more valid feedback, but I would say just having a plan. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to attack with Maverick, are you just attacking to open the wall in an effort to maybe get like a cheeky little kill into someone who doesn't notice? that can work, but it's probably only going to work once. Whereas, thermiting open the wall, having your teammate sit trophy door to, you know, gridlock arm like attic or middle of sight, you know what I mean, and then hold top white while you run in and plant or something, like that's gonna work way more often than not, right? Than just like that. So that's what I mean. Just playing those, putting yourself in situations where things are gonna work more often than not. Droning not up main stairs. Don't you can use Mav if you want. If you really like Mav, go for it. But stuff like that. Also, maybe like turning your sensitivity down. I don't know if that's like a thing. If it works for you, it works for you. Like, don't I play with the controller, so don't listen too heavy on that. But I think it is really high. And then I think your audio. I don't know if it's not loud enough or if you're just unsure what some audio cues are. But there was, I mean, the hatch drop and then pulse below. Those are two times where you could have probably gotten some free kills had you just heard the audio cue. Otherwise, I think it's great. Good game.